When the sun goes down, the stars come out. From deep in the heart of Texas, it's The Star at Night. Coming to you from the Cowboys facility at The Star in Frisco. With your hosts, Kelsey Charles and David Hellman.
Welcome in to another episode of The Star at Night, and Kelsey Charles, it is feeling a little testy here in Dallas-Fort Worth. Would you agree?
Yeah, spicy would be one way to put it. I am definitely feeling the heat, my friend.
Which is ironic because it's cold as hell outside. But the crazy thing is like, I don't even know where to start. Okay, there's the continued fallout from the Washington loss. Cowboys ship Everson Griffin, their Pro Bowl defensive end, off to Detroit on Tuesday night.
Yep.
And oh, by the way, the owner and general manager is out here telling people to shut up. Caden, roll it.
I'm not trying to be cute here. The answer is no. The answer is no.
I'm asking.
There's not a, well, just shut up and let me answer.
Now, context is important, Kels. Jerry was answering that in response to whether he thought that there was a lack of leadership on his team, but it kind of feels like there's a few more frustrations than that in that answer, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was some heated energy, to say the least, behind that conversation and just the answer in general. Dave, I don't know about you, but you and I have both been around this team for a hot minute at this point. I'm not quite sure if I have ever experienced such high tensions despite what's going on at the facility. I mean, listen, this isn't the first time this team has struggled. They went 4-12 in 2015. Tony Romo went down. The year before that, obviously the Dez, did he catch it, did he not conversation was a big deal. But I can't help but take away this crazy negative aura that seems to be surrounding the energy that this team is bringing to the table. And as evidenced by the clip that you just brought to the table here, it kind of seems like it's made its way to the top.
Yeah, just a little bit, which, hey, I'm right there with you. I think the difference is they're going to have to do this all on their own. In 2015, you were hoping Romo comes back. In 2017, maybe you get Ezekiel Elliott back from suspension. 2018, you trade for Amari Cooper to try to fix the offense. They're trading guys out of here right now. So it feels like it's on these guys to dig themselves out of this. And it makes sense if people are frustrated, which, credit to Jerry Jones, he came right back and apologized for that tirade, which just goes to show, I think people are just trying to get a grasp on just how frustrating this all is.
It's certainly in my most tactful time, if you might say, with this thing as we discuss these matters.
It kind of reminds me of you and me, to be honest. Like, we snap at each other and then we're like, wait, sorry, that was just my emotions talking. But, like, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a bit snippy, and yeah, pretty much what our relationship is, except for I feel like you and I are on a bit of a level playing field as it comes to like our mental aspects right now, which is really truly what I'm concerned with the most with this team. And I really hope that they can lock it down, because that to me is the most important aspect for them really getting back up on their feet and making something of the rest of the season.
On that, we are agreed. And in the spirit of trade season, when we come right back, we'll talk about whether the Cowboys should dive further into the trade deadline.
Hey there, everybody. Kyle Yeomans here with DallasCowboys.com, and I encourage all of you Cowboys fans out there to check out Talking Cowboys. The podcast is every week live on the website and on all social platforms at 9:30 every weekday morning. We've got myself alongside Isaiah Stanback, who's actually won one of those during his playing career as a former Dallas Cowboy. He won it with the Giants, but we'll forgive him for that. We've also got Heckma Harrison along with Dallas Cowboys insider Rob Phillips. It's a ton of fun every weekday morning at 9:30. Check it out on DallasCowboys.com.
So if you didn't know by now, David Hellman is indeed on Bumble. And Dave, we're going to take your dating app skills and apply them in the workplace.
I couldn't hate this segment. I couldn't hate this segment anymore. But yeah, I guess we already agreed to do it. Let's go.
Ladies, open up that app. Dave, open up yours. I'm going to throw some scenarios your way. You're going to let me know if you are swiping left or swiping right. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay. All right. First up, trade deadline quickly approaching. Cowboys have already been a bit active in that scenario. Everson Griffin was dealt away to the Lions. Dave, are you swiping left or swiping right on them doing some more dealing?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swipe right on the idea, and anybody that's actually ever been on a dating app knows exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm going to swipe right on the idea. Yes, the Cowboys should try to trade some players for picks, but then you look at the details and you're like, do I really want to commit to that? Do I really want to go get drinks with that person? I don't know about all that. And that's kind of how I feel, because Everson Griffin, great idea, Cowboys, way to go. Who else are you trading for something substantial? I'm not sure there's a player left on this team that you could move feasibly. Between big contract guys, guess what? If you don't like the player, that means the other team probably doesn't either. So I just don't think it's that realistic, but I am going to swipe right on the idea, you know? But that doesn't mean I have to answer their message if I don't want to.
All right, perfect. So up next, I got another one for you.
This is hitting way too close to home right now, but go ahead.
Welcome. You're welcome, America. The return of Lee, Cheeto, and Looney is going to be very huge for this team. Are you swiping left or swiping right on that narrative, my friend?
I will swipe right, especially, Sean Lee and Cheeto Awuzie. I think Cheeto is probably your best overall cornerback. I can hear the sarcasm. I know that doesn't necessarily mean anything crazy. It would still be nice to have him back in the lineup, help Trayvon Diggs, help Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown. And obviously Sean Lee, the linebacker play on this team has not been phenomenal. And you know what? Even getting Joe Looney back might allow you to move like a Zach Martin or a Connor Williams to tackle. So yes, swiping right all day. Let's go.
I feel like it's one of those situations where like you maybe had a beverage or two and like your standards have lowered a little bit, or maybe you're a bit desperate and like as this team is right now. And so you're just swiping right on everything and anything. Like you don't care.
Desperation is my name in football and love. So yeah, why not?
Okay, all right. Anyways, to the last one, Tabasco. I know you're a hot sauce lover. It's something that's heavy on your heart. Obviously, our friend Mike Nolan had a bit of an interaction with it this past week. Struggle Street, if you will. I'd love to know, though, are you swiping left or are you swiping right on Tabasco as the king of hot sauces?
I'm swiping left all day. I shouldn't have touched my eyes because that's what got Mike Nolan in trouble. Swiping left, Tabasco's great. People just eat Tabasco because it's hot. Like, it doesn't even have a great flavor. It just tastes like vinegar. People just think they're impressive when they eat it because it's hot. Crystal hot sauce out of my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana. Maybe get you some Cholula. Louisiana hot sauce is even better. Like, Tabasco, I swipe left all day. It's all flash and no substance for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Listen, you made me a Crystal convert. I didn't know until I knew, and so I am there with you, my friend. Look at us agreeing today. Like, who are we? It feels weird.
I don't know. It does feel really weird.
Crystal may be the king of hot sauce. We are talking to the queen of the world, and at least the sports world. Stay tuned. We've got Michelle Tafoya coming up next.
Hi guys, Mickey Spagnola here, and if you want the best analysis on the Dallas Cowboys during the season, join us every day during the week on Mix Shots. We come on at 1:30 on DallasCowboys.com and all the other Dallas Cowboy platforms. I'm on there every day along with Bill Jones and former Cowboys cornerback Everson Walls, who gives us a unique perspective on the team, having played this game and having led this team in interceptions for several years. So don't forget, it's Mix Shots daily, 1:30 on DallasCowboys.com.
Welcome back. Joining us now is one of my personal heroes and total juggernaut in the sports industry, NBC's Michelle Tafoya. Michelle, thanks for joining us.
Hi. Hey, it's great to be here from my kitchen.
Yes. Hey, COVID times, we can do anything anywhere nowadays. That's what we're learning, at least.
It's for better or for worse, right?
Yes, exactly. So Michelle, you've literally covered it all. Your resume is so impressive. Again, as someone who works in this industry, everyone knows about you. Specifically, I'm a female in this industry, so I look up to you as well. But, Olympics, college sports, NFL, you've literally touched everything. Is there anything that you haven't done in your career yet that is kind of still on that list of things you'd like to do?
I doubt that I'll ever do anything beyond what I'm doing now. I always wished I could have done an NBA play-by-play game. I did a lot of WNBA, did a lot of college basketball, men's and women's, but I always thought about doing an NBA game, and that would be fun. For a long time, I worked with Doris Burke, Reggie Miller on the WNBA, and obviously they're both now doing their NBA stuff. I'm doing the NFL. So I kind of doubt that there's going to be any big change in my future. I'm pretty lucky to be where I am.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, that it maybe isn't in the future, but I now have a new wish, which is for you and Doris to do a game together, because that would be freaking incredible.
That would be amazing.
Go dig up the old archives of UConn with Sue Bird and that whole team, and you'll hear us doing those games.
So, all right, you're here to do Cowboys Eagles, so that's what I'm curious about. Which maybe one thing that I've learned more than anything else covering the NFL is the amount of access that sideline reporters have during a game. Obviously we work with Christy Scales. The amount of people that she talks to, the amount of information that she gets during a Cowboys game. So we're 7 weeks into this thing. I know it's weird. Like, you don't have to tell me that it's weird, but what is the biggest difference for you in terms of what you are actually able to do during the course of a game?
It is weird that I show up at a stadium now and I don't walk onto the field. That was the first thing I did, was I would walk onto the field and I would see who's out there, and I'd always talk to the kickers and get a feel for what the environment felt like, how the weather was, if we were outdoors. I would thank God whenever I was in Dallas, because I never had to deal with weather, and then just talk to people, find out if there were people I hadn't been able to get to during the week. I would find them and just get that feel. And the other thing that's weird is when I do halftime interviews with the coaches, we've always done those off camera because we feel like we get more out of them. And now I'm like leaning over this ledge of what we call it, the moat. It's the first, you guys know, it's the first set of, it's that first row of seats around the stadium, and that's what you're limited to. So I'm leaning over the moat, and be like, Coach McCarthy, so what do you're not walking and talking one. It's more like a stop, and it's a very different vibe. And then the other one is post game. It used to be that I could walk up to the player, hey, how's it going? I could hear who they talk to. I could sense their mood, their body language, if something funny happened, whatever. Now I'm looking at a camera, he's looking at a camera, and it's a very different vibe. Again, it's whether it's better or worse, I'm not sure. You lose those communication points that really only come when you're standing next to someone,
Yeah, I can totally imagine.
Absolutely.
Dave and I talk all the time because he's used to being in the locker room and he's not anymore. And so it's just a totally different world for those trying to cover the team. So it's just the new normal for sure, for better, for worse. But another new normal we're facing right now is the state of this division. I mean, we knew there were struggles last year, but the NFC East, my goodness, this year, there's not many positive things to say. You've got a big game. This would normally be a really exciting matchup. It seems to not be as much this upcoming season. How do you prepare for these type of games when the narratives are seemingly a little bit more in the doldrums, if you will? And what's your process looking like heading into this week?
Yeah, it is sure different. I mean, you used to say Philly, Dallas. you knew you were up for a really great traditional NFC East matchup that everyone wanted to see. And this whole division right now is really getting people to say, okay, what's the next pillow fight in the NFC East? And that's kind of how it feels. And I don't disrespect to any of these teams because we know they're all trying, they're all doing their best, they're all fighting like crazy. It just has been a very strange division. And when you think about before how strong this division was, and now you look, it's the NFC West. The NFC West there's no debate. It's the best division in football, top to bottom. And you wouldn't have said that a few years ago. So, things shift all the time like this, and you just got to really dig and find your stories and find out a way to make this interesting, because whether or not either of these teams make the playoffs, I mean, someone out of the division's got to make the playoffs. You've got to kind of give the audience a reason to watch, and that's our job. That's our job. And hopefully the game will be reason enough, and they'll both play well, and it'll be interesting. But if not, we've got to give them a reason to watch.
And it's the Dallas Cowboys, so they'll always find a way to be entertaining, one way or the other.
Yeah,
they always do. But with as long as you've been doing these Sunday night games, me and Kelsey, we're both used to working in the facility. We see y'all all the time when you come to do these Sunday night games and get your interviews and prep for them. Of all of the ones, like I'm thinking off the top of my head, I think, Dak kind of had his coming out party on a Sunday night game in 2016. Mm-hmm. Odell Beckham made that insane catch against. Point being, there's a bunch of them. And I'm just curious, of all of your Sunday night memories with Dallas, do you have a favorite, or do you have a craziest, or a most bizarre, or a most fun?
Well, this one was not on Sunday night, but I'll never forget the halftime interview with Bill Parcells when he was putting Tony Romo in. And I remember I was a sideline reporter, and I remember being in the meeting with Bill Parcells that week, our production meeting, and I got a sense from him that if things didn't go well for Drew Bledsoe, he was going to bring Tony Romo into the game. I just had that feeling. And no one else believed me when I said it in our editorial meeting. I'm like, this might happen. And everyone's like, no, you're crazy. Sure enough, at halftime, I think he had 3 interceptions in the first half. Bill comes out of the tunnel and sort of waves me over like, if you want to talk, come now. And I said, okay, what's up? Because I'm putting in Romo. And it was like, okay, you guys, this was on Monday Night Football. I remember this. This was on Monday Night Football on ESPN, because I remember shouting to my producer, hey, we got something big here, and we had a little code word for it. It was red dog, red dog. So I was saying, red dog, red dog. What is it? Well, Tony Romo's coming to the game. Oh my gosh, the whole truck, went into madness. And that was a particularly memorable moment because of everything that came afterward. But just, that combination of Parcells and the Cowboys and a new quarterback, it was a really cool night.
That's what we're not getting during these COVID times, and that bums me out. Yeah. But we got to make do with what we can, I guess.
I know.
We appreciate you hopping on with us, Michelle. You're incredible, and good luck to you this weekend, and hopefully we'll be seeing you over here soon.
What's up, guys? I'm Ember Garcia, and just want to invite you to check out Cowboys Break every day at 11:30 a.m. You got the boss man, Derek Eagleton. You got Nick Eman with the storytelling If These Walls Could Talk. You got David Hellman, our local LSU homer and eyebrow rubber. And then you got me, who just calls it as it is. So make sure to check us out at 11:30 a.m. on all Dallas Cowboys platforms.
Welcome back to the show. And Kels, I got to be real honest with you for a sec. Like, with everything that's going wrong in Dallas, I don't know that I've ever felt less prepared for a division rivalry game. Like, I honest to God thought the game was at AT&T Stadium this weekend. Newsflash, it's in Philadelphia. So I figured I'd ask our intrepid producer, Caden, to help us get set for Cowboys-Eagles with a little game of Guess Who. We're going to try to figure out who all we're talking about, and maybe by the end of it, we'll know a little bit more about this matchup. So, Caden, help us out.
Let's do it.
The first question, please. Terrell Owens played for both the Eagles and the Cowboys. Which team did he score more touchdowns with? I have to believe it's Philly because he spent more time there, but he was so good during his time in Dallas.
Yeah. I'm going to go Dallas because I feel like Caden's trying to go full switcheroo on us. Like,
he's a sneaky jerk. He wants to make us look stupid. I'm going to stick with Philly, though. I think I'm right. I don't know.
Give me Dally. Let's go!
Oh, my God. It's not even close. That's terrible. Okay. Kill me. All right. On to the next one.
On to the next.
Which team has the higher all-time scoring leader? Honestly, okay, the answer to this is almost always a kicker, first of all. But I can't think of a kicker who played long enough for either team. So I'm going to go with Emmitt Smith because he's scored 1 billion touchdowns in his life.
Ooh, I love that. And I feel like this is, like, again, another trick question. Like, am I supposed to be a guy who's with the Eagles right now who hasn't always been with the Eagles? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't feel good about this question whatsoever. Caden, what's the answer?
No, David Akers. I knew it was a kicker, but I forgot about David Akers. He played for like 1 million more years after he left Philadelphia. He might still be playing for all I know. No, I don't think that's true.
Basically, he's like Darren Sproles. Like, Philadelphia just has something in the water up there where their players just play forever. I mean, it's like the Perry Ellis players of the league.
I forgot about David Damn Akers. All right. Last one.
Yeah.
This has been a disaster upon all disasters. The Cowboys lead the regular season series 66-52. Who leads the playoff series? Oh, Lord.
Ooh.
I mean,
it better be the Cowboys.
I mean, the Cowboys killed the Eagles in 2009. I think that was their first win at AT&T Stadium in the playoffs. Caden loves the Cowboys too much to use this question if the Cowboys weren't leading the series. So
yeah, I'm going with you on that logic.
Like,
it's definitely going to be the Cowboys.
Caden is the biggest homer you've ever met, so he wouldn't throw the Cowboys under the bus like this. Boom!
Yeah!
Exactly. Now, could I tell you the other years of those playoff games? Absolutely not.
Wait, Dave, I think he put one more in there for us because he apparently doesn't want to let us off the hook that easily. We can only have so much joy. Oh, yep, here we go. I was right.
It's Tony Romo. It had all right, I cracked the code because I know Caden Gates is not gonna throw Tony Romo under the bus on this program.
Producer Caden, you can't fool us.
It's Tony Romo. Yeah, exactly. Caden's going to ride for his guy, and I respect the hell out of that.
It's my quarterback.
Yeah, Cowboys forever, Eagles for never. Didn't somebody smart say that one time?
Apparently, I don't know. Like, there's a little thing. They said it, not us. But you heard it here first, you guys.
Coming up after this, we've got a new title sponsor, and if you'll bear with me, we're going to do them a favor right after the break.
Hey there, everybody. Kyle Yeomans here with DallasCowboys.com, and I encourage all of you Cowboys fans out there to check out Talking Cowboys. The podcast is every week live on the website and on all social platforms at 9:30 every weekday morning. We've got myself alongside Isaiah Stanback, who's actually won one of those during his playing career as a former Dallas Cowboy. He won it with the Giants, but we'll forgive him for that. We've also got Heckma Harrison along with Dallas Cowboys insider Rob Phillips. It's a ton of fun every weekday morning at 9:30. Check it out on DallasCowboys.com.
Exciting news, Kels, as we wrap up another episode of The Star at Night.
Oh?
Maybe you've heard we are delivered by favor now. So we got some big guns, hopefully bringing us some big food here in the foreseeable future.
As if we weren't already tied to that application enough. It's just further enabling our behavior, which I'm totally here for, if we're being completely honest. And I know that you're going to appreciate this because you don't get to go to the stadium really anymore on game days. I guess, at least for away games, if you will. So
which,
I have a few.
Perfect. No, that's a perfect segue because I can't go to Philadelphia this weekend. First world problem, but whatever. So I'll be damned if I'm not going to eat a cheesesteak. So favor. Word of advice, Texadelphia, right here in DFW. They make a mean cheesesteak. I'll be at the Star on Sunday night, so if you could just zip that over to me, I'd be very appreciative.
Yeah, and it's going to be between El Come and Velvet Taco for me come Sunday. Listen, if you don't know about Velvet Tacos, tater tots, and their elote, and pretty much everything on their menu, go ahead and get you some. Not to mention El Come's street tacos. Like, are you kidding me right now?
You're a tacos on game day kind of gal, are you?
I kind of am. Like, it just feels right. I would like to say it's a superstition, but we all know that nothing's worked this season, so I'm not going to go there. But listen, I don't know about you. I'm kind of getting hungry talking about all this food. So I'm going to go ahead and log on to my app and handle that here really quickly. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you all taking the time out of your day. For David Hellman, I am Kelsey Carlson. This is another episode of The Star at Night.